Yeah, there's a this is a real quote from the CEO. He had said this in a private meeting, and I had found out about this. He said the best way to grow on Twitch is to grow on another platform and then bring the audience over to Twitch, which is just a failure of the platform.
This is Lwood Agrin. In the last 4 years, he's been able to grow to almost 5 or 6 million subscribers on YouTube, and was a revolutionary in the Twitch streaming space before going exclusive with YouTube by trailblazing his way to the most subbed Twitch streamer in history, I think. By using the strategies I'm going to go over today. We're going to go over a couple of clips I found, basically, of Lwood giving maybe the most underrated, like, insane strategy that I've seen him give, but the whole podcast is great. It's called the Iced Coffee Hour by Graham Stephan. So I'll link it in the podcast, or in the I'll link it in the description. By the end of this video, you'll know the Lwood strategy, his opinion on content creation as a whole, the 3 ways to become an idea generating machine, and a step-by-step plan on how to build an audience in 2024. The reason that I'm doing this is because I'm trying to recreate at least 1% of Lwood's success. That absolutely changed my life, and I'm sure that could change a couple of your lives as well if you are trying to go down this route. And over the course of this year, I'm going to prove it by implementing a lot of the strategies that I'm going to talk about in this video. And, well, I guess we'll see what happens in a year. If you don't stop, you never lose. Consistency is the #1 factor I'm seeing in terms of success for anything.
How would you recommend a podcaster or content creator builds their audience without going on Love Island or a similar godforsaken reality TV show? Again, March or April, after we'd launched and we were 1 episode per week deep, there were days where we did 0 total plays across audio and YouTube. 0, none, no plays, right? So it wasn't like we had some huge launch and it gave us a catapult. So I would recommend that you do it the same way that I did. I think the way that I did it is the most reliable way to do it, which is don't stop. If you don't stop, you will eventually get good, presuming that you have the raw materials to be good at it. Building an audience is tough, but consistency is the rarest thing in all of content creation because everybody wants an audience now, and it's hard to get an audience now, but it's actually pretty easy to get an audience in 6 years' time.
Lwood posted a video on YouTube for, I think, every day for 618 days. And then he was only stopped at that point because YouTube banned him for a week over something. 618 days consistently on YouTube, every day. I don't think many channels have done that. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but basically that just screams for the fact that consistency is needed, and a big proponent of growing in anything, especially when you're growing an audience. But basically, I'm sure you've already heard this one already. Like, I get that's a little bit cliche, but consistency is the #1 thing. So it's the most common factor that separates people from success, and in most things, it's like the meme. You've seen the meme where it's the guy chipping away underground, the 2 guys chipping away underground, and then one stops before the diamonds, and then the other one stops like just right before the diamonds. And that's basically this. You can't stop. If you don't stop, you won't lose. It's just the name of the game. It's the same thing with fitness. It's the same thing with everything. As soon as you actually stop, I know it sounds a little dumb, but it's like that's when you actually lose. And if you stop trying, you know, you could argue that it stops with when you stop making progress, but there's still things to learn, and you can progress later on. So I think it's the most important thing is just don't stop. This could be a 10-year journey. Don't stop. All you hear about is the overnight successes, but you don't hear about the years of work that happened beforehand, right? Oh, here we go. It could take 6 months or it could take 6 years to grow an audience, but if you stop before, then you'll never know. So the thing about being consistent is that you get more at-bats at the plate to hit a home run. It takes a little bit of luck, but it's a 50-50 where luck meets work, and you put it together in the little soup kitchen for the fucking Powerpuff Girls, and then you make you make stuff happen. So every video on YouTube is a possible lottery ticket, except it's way better than a lottery ticket because you can manipulate and get better at the skills surrounding it to give it a better outcome. Once we understand that consistency is the name of the game, this might be like the most insane, unexpected thing I heard from Ludwig, because honestly, when I heard it, it like liberated something in me. And I don't know what it is.
How do you come up with these ideas? Like what to do on stream?
So like the idea of like the urgency or like that concept or like specifically what I'm doing?
Specifically what you're doing, because it seems like you have multiple segments. Sometimes you'll do one thing over the other. How do you pick so frequently what you think will do well?
I spend a couple hours every day and I'll just watch streamers. Like the way I watch streams is like I click on Summit 1G. I watch him for 3 minutes. Then I click on Lyric. Maybe he's doing something cool. He's playing a cool new game. Watch him for a few more minutes. Should I try that game? Maybe not. It's a little more niche. He's a little different of a creator. All right, what's Mizkif doing? What's XQC doing? And I click on every creator who I think does things well and who might push the meta of what is being streamed and what is being consumed and see what maybe I could try doing. And if I don't find inspiration there, then maybe I look at YouTube videos or maybe what I was doing 6 months ago. Because, what I was doing 6 months ago probably will work now if I just spin it a little bit. And I try to think that day of what I'll do. And it's pretty much on an everyday cycle. Like I know what I am doing like at 4 p.m. at 2 p.m. that same day. And I don't know like any time before that.
And so the reason that clip's like generated with me is because I really suck at idea generation. So I feel that most people do though. So I feel like it's a common thing because it's a skill that you need to practice. I feel like any artist and any creator that's actually gone down to sit down and create, there's been times where just nothing comes up and you're just like, well, I guess we're not doing it today. So when Ludwig says that like 90% of his stuff is not planned and he gets the idea the same day or he doesn't stream, or he probably streams anyway but just like does a game or just something, is the biggest confidence booster. Because for the longest time, I'm just like, man, like I just suck at ideas, and I've done things to get better at that. But now that when Ludwig says that, it just gives me the excuse to like just not give a fuck. Just create content, just go. If you don't have an idea, just fucking bullshit something. But the biggest thing is like consistency. Showing up every day or weekly is bigger than any of that. Because like even if you can get better at ideas, not every idea will be a banger at the end of the day. Not every idea is a home run. You try to get better at making those ideas better, but it's just not going to happen. The second part is basically using the second brain hypothesis. There's a video by Ali Abdal that goes over this because he read a book about it and he made a video about it. But basically, if you have a to-do list or if you do a calendar, you're already kind of doing a part of this. And it's kind of like if you have a smartphone or any note-taking app, you're kind of already doing part of this, right? And so the first portion of this is basically understanding that our brains are for having ideas, not holding ideas. And so anytime that you have a good idea, you write it down in notes. And then you categorize it in whatever way, but you have it there in your notes or your Google Sheets or whatever, so you can look to it again later on, and you don't have to hold the ideas or hold this stress in your head. So, for example, I'm at the gym. I'm looking through my phone, maybe scrolling through some TikToks in between sets, and then I get inspired. And as soon as I get some sort of idea, I go to my notes app and I go and I take some notes. I'll show you this. So I don't know if you see it at the bottom, At the bottom, you'll see I have YouTube ideas, series, inspire, swipe file, podcast, react, TikTok ideas. And then this is the YouTube ideas one. I can scroll. Then I have like a topic, a T tree, a T graph of topic trees. With more ideas. This is the inspire file where I have channels that I check out that inspire me. Examples of thumbnails and titles. All this stuff. And then there's more on my phone. And this is only one sheet. Just to show you, like, this is my second brain. It looks, if you're looking at this right now, you're probably like, oh, I don't even understand what I'm looking at right now. And honestly, I don't even understand what I'm looking at either half the time. But it's so useful, honestly. These are like, a couple of these are like philosophies. Like, here we go, like ideas, thumbnails, titles. Is it beneficial? Could it produce great click rate? And then here we go. We have more. We have more somewhere. Look at this. Ideas I got. This is like straight notes from a video, but they're so like principle that I look by them a lot, and whenever I'm starting to make videos and get in the thing. But basically, this stems from a quote from Earl Nightingale, who was inspired by Napoleon Hill's "Think and Grow Rich," which says, "You become what you think about all day." I'm a huge gamer. I fucking love MMOs. And if you've ever been entrenched in a game, you understand what the fuck that means, okay? As soon as you get addicted to a game and you start thinking about the quests and the items that you're going to get and the builds that you're going to do and all this stuff, right? You literally start thinking about the game all day. I go to the gym. I'm starting to look up more videos about how to do better builds in the game. And then I go to sleep that night, and I'm sleeping and dreaming about the game. So you literally become what you think about. And in that same sense, when you're creating or content creating, or when you're entrenched in anything, it could be a business, it could be a hobby, it could be fitness, it could be whatever. You do start becoming what you think about all day. If you want to lose weight and that keeps driving like you at home, right? You start taking the actions to lose weight. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are like, okay, it's New Year's resolution time. You start taking actions to lose weight. Why? Because you've been thinking this whole time that it's New Year's resolution time and it's time to lose weight again, right? It's the same thing. So it's like you start thinking you're hungry. Maybe you really want to make something this weekend. You want to get some pizza. Then you start taking actions to get that pizza because it's just what you think about. You're like, man, I'm craving some goddamn pizza. You understand? Okay. And then the third thing is steal like an artist, or how Ludwig says it is the yoink and twist. Okay.
In the greatest way that I'm able to at least get something out is just the good old yoink and twist. So like if I'm really out of options, like I can just take something I've done and twist it up a little bit, and it usually will do well if it did well in the past.
Sure.
The way that he explains it is he takes his own content and then twists it. But I say you can take anyone's content and just twist it, and there you go. Now, don't steal. Stealing is bad. Try to at least put your spin on it, and you'll go from there. It's like the etiquette of content creation, okay? Like, don't just straight up steal someone's thing. I mean, people do it all the time with thumbnails. You can get away with it, like, but try to put your own spin on things. But draw inspiration. Go to different people's channels, other creators, similar creators. So now that we understand that consistency in time is the #1 factor, the name of the game, we know how to become idea generating machines through inspiration, stealing like an artist, yoink and twist, and creating a second brain. So that way you'll be getting ideas from the ether of the world all day long. You just write them down in your notes. Now, this is the actual strategy, okay? Kind of like the nuts and bolts. I mean, it's gonna be a rough draft.
And I discovered recently that I don't know how to stream on YouTube. I just figured it out this week because the entire time for the first 8 months, I'd been streaming as if I was on Twitch. And the way that you stream on Twitch is you just have the most viewers in a certain game category, and then you stay live for a really long time. It doesn't work like that on YouTube or TikTok. There's no categories. You don't go to a game you like and then watch who's playing that game. You are fed the stream based off what the algorithm thinks you will like. And so it's much more important for to create a stream that has really good watch time and has a sense of urgency that makes people stick around, because the better the watch time, the more people will stay and the more it'll get recommended, which doesn't exist on Twitch. And I just figured that out this week because I started doing streams that are like, I have 1 hour to beat this game. And I play like Minecraft, and I have a timer on screen, and the closer I get to the hour, the more the viewership goes up.
Now, this is how we break down the videos. We got the ideation, the research. We script write if that's something that you need. If you don't want to script write and you just want to go off your dome, that works too. But there's a good argument for script writing, okay, to get some copyright. Film, like I'm doing right now. Edit, like I'm gonna do after. Publish. Repurpose into shorts. And then review your work in a week once you get analytics and you know, try it out again. We're gonna be doing one video scaling to 3. Hold on. We're going to be doing one video scaling to 2 to 3 a week, 2 to 3 streams scaling to 5 to 6, 5 shorts a week, 1 podcast / collaboration / event a month, scaling to bi-weekly or weekly, hopefully, and an email newsletter, if we can. Now you're going to tell me, holy fuck, dude, that's like a bunch of content, and it is. And it's hard, and I haven't been able to fucking recreate that just yet, but let me tell you the method to the madness, okay? Your ideas will turn into streams, which turn into videos. The written / scripted portions of the video turn into the newsletter, and the rest is clipped up into shorts.
So my original strategy, which was a new strategy when I was streaming on Twitch, is every stream would have segments that would become YouTube videos. I'm not just streaming for the sake of being live and playing a game. I have a specific thing, like I'm going to give my credit card to stream to buy anything they want on Amazon for a couple hours. That'll turn into a YouTube video. And that worked when I was on Twitch because there are people who like watching live streams and there are people who like watching YouTube videos. It's separate. When I went to YouTube, I recognized pretty quickly that the watch time that I would get from viewers was way lower. Like they would stick around for like 7-10 minutes, then they'd leave because I'm competing with other videos. Like in the sidebar, there's like a juicy Veritasium video that's gonna make you feel like a genius for 10 minutes, or it's my dumb ass playing Mario, you know? So it's like the competition is way, way fiercer. And so it's important that for a good YouTube video, you need like an intro, you need a specific goal, and you need stakes, right? Those are all important things to a YouTube video. And then the thing that you need for a live stream is a sense of urgency.
So, off of your couple of streams a week, you're getting all the content that you need with a couple of hours of script writing on top of that, and thinking about thumbnails and titles. And then that leaves you all the time in the world to reach out to people or think about some sort of event or collaboration, or the easiest thing is a podcast. The reason that the podcast meta has grown to the fact that it has is because it makes collaboration easy. It gives content to both parties, so it's mutually beneficial regardless of audience sizes, and it gives people an excuse to connect with each other while making content. It's just a really good medium.
Maybe I'm just more disillusioned with streaming the more I get in it.
But I feel like I hate the nerdy side of it more and more. And I feel like fundamentally, all that matters is being a super good personality. And that's it. It's just having an infectious personality. And I feel like that's most streamers who I see succeed is their personalities are just insane. You know? And I feel like when you get too bogged down by the you should do this should be your niche, this should be that, you forget to just let the personality shine.
Like YouTube. As a quick partner, I've been directly told
By the way, this 2x thing, man, watching a video at 2x speed is the most awful thing I think people have normalized. Just tell us you don't care about retaining shit. I'm addicted to this. I love 2x speeding.
my Twitch staff that I should be creating content on YouTube and TikTok as my focus, and then bringing those viewers to Twitch.
I'm a little 2x speed lover. It's not brain rot. It's double the information in half the time.
Twitch doesn't have a discovery method. You can say...
To be clear, I only do it at certain parts. I don't do it through the whole video. But like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm watching a Nile Red video.
If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you. I'm starting to stream. Don't know when. Don't know what days. I streamed last week a little bit. I think it's on the channel. It sucks because it's just like it was like a testing phase or whatever. So it was really choppy. But some guy left a really nice comment, man. Thank you so much. You're great. And so hopefully I can do some more streams and figure this stuff out. Like I said, I'll be trying this out for over the next year. And so I'll look back at the end of this year and watch this video and see how far I've gotten. If 1% of Ludwig's success currently is, well, he has 5 million. 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year? Is that the goal? Is that doable? I mean, yeah, it's doable, I think. I really want to get into Ashes of Creation alpha test, alpha 2. Like, it's like the whole point. If you're here and you're watching this right now, this is like, bro, you're my boy. Okay, so like, like I said, I love MMOs. There's this game called Ashes of Creation. Y'all probably don't know about. Oh my god, dude, I just. You ever like start talking about something and your heart just like flutters? You like get like the shakes, okay? Like I am copium induced to the max. Just injecting it in my veins. And it's like against my will. So I don't know. I want to start making more content. Obviously, I want to still keep it like giving knowledge, good. But I also want to put in my gaming content. So I don't know how we're gonna fix this or deal with this, but we're just gonna fucking have an amalgamation of things and see if it works out. And if it doesn't, then I don't know. We'll figure it out in like a couple of months. So we're in a rough spot. Yeah.